Hello and welcome to this episode of Country SWOT Analysis. In this video we'll be looking at the country of Afghanistan. Consistently ranked number 1 in the world when listed in alphabetical order. That's right, take that Albania. Afghanistan is as far away from water as I am to win $1 million, being landlocked and wedged between Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, China and Pakistan. Often referred to as the grave of empires, Afghanistan sure knows how to throw a welcoming party for foreign powers, and equally reminding them when it's last calls and time to go home. The British Empire was kicked out, the Soviets were told to go away, and most recently the Americans were reminded that they were not very welcome there. So the story has a happy ending, right? Wrong. The Taliban have now taken power, so let's see how much worse it gets before it can get better. The whole world is looking to see if they screw up by reversing all the good civil rights improvements made in the country. And by the country, I obviously mean the capital, Kabul, as things are probably more or less the same as they were last time the Taliban were in power elsewhere in the countryside. And now, some facts on Afghanistan. So the Human Development Index, very low, bottom 30 in the world. GDP per capita, bottom 10 in the world. Population is about 37 million estimated, so as big as Iraq and Poland. Separately, of course, and not combined. Exports, pretty much negligible, $1.5 billion per year, or about 1.5 days worth of work for Apple. Imports, again negligible, at only about $5.5 billion worth of imports. Afghanistan still imports more than 3 times as much as they export. Population, predominantly Muslim, over 97%. Ethnic groups, the Pashtun 43%, Tajik 27%, Hazara 9%, Uzbek 9%, and Imak, Turkmen, Baloch making up the rest. Now, to the fun stuff that we're here for. Strengths. Afghanistan's geographic location acts as an access way for a number of countries linking Central and South Asia and is beneficial to trade, so Afghanistan could potentially exploit its location. Another strength is Afghanistan's natural resource deposits, with over $1 trillion worth of natural gas deposits, as well as other significant resources such as lithium, the stuff that makes batteries, copper, gold, gold, the yellow stuff, coal, although if you're an environmentalist, you'll want them to shut down that and strike the word coal from the dictionary altogether, but that's a different matter. Another strength, the country is very young, and Afghanistan has a population that has a median age of 18.4 years compared to 38.1 for the United States. Young people means more economic activity and less costly spending on healthcare and pensions. Sorry old people, but it's true. Also, more young people could potentially mean more innovation and modernization, but I guess we'll have to wait to see if that is true for Afghanistan. Another definite advantage and strength for Afghanistan is the resilience of its people. These people have proved that hardship and poverty are not obstacles that can't be overcome when it comes to throwing out foreign powers. If they use half as much of that resilience and that determination to modernize their country, then watch out, Iraq and Poland. A new competitor has entered the scene. Obviously, this is a reference to their similar sized populations, and not that they are sworn enemies or anything. Weaknesses. Perception and reality that it is a failed state is not likely going to make investors want to rush to head into the country to invest. Corruption will ensure that what little resources are available are misappropriated and wasted. Lack of belief in the government being able to address the problems that people encounter every day is also a pretty big weakness. Additionally, the country is divided into ethnic and clan lines, meaning that building a nation state is going to be a mission impossible. No, Tom Cruise, not one of your movies. And certain legal framework in place fails to ensure the rule of law and protection for personal property and investments in the country, which is a pretty big one when investors think about investing in the country. Additionally, lack of infrastructure, but they do have a large number of ex-US bases that one can travel from one to another in no time. That's assuming that you do so on an aircraft, but don't worry, the Americans have left behind plenty of those too. And finally, another weakness is the constant brain drain. Smart, educated people leaving in search of a better life means that the life of those left behind in the country continues to get worse. Opportunities. A major opportunity for the country is a very young population. Sort out the young generation, and you've sorted out the country. High rural population. With more people move into urban areas, more work will become available to build up these urban areas, hopefully, leading to growth. Potential to exploit abundant natural resources, as long as they don't screw up giving away mining rights to foreign companies, and then demand that the proceeds are paid into politicians' bank accounts. Very, very, very likely to happen, of course. Opportunity to demand more freedoms and better government, which of course is unlikely to happen, but remember, where there is hope, not quite sure how that saying ends now. Threats. Terrorism is ever present. With the presence of Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and many other acronyms, things don't look so rosy. The presence of foreign actors, so China, Pakistan, Iran, Russia, India, and the US, all vying to continue to use Afghanistan as a proxy to achieve their regional goals, is likely to be at the expense of Afghanistan and its citizens. So, in summary, there are a number of strengths and opportunities Afghanistan can exploit to better improve the situation. However, the list of threats and weaknesses means that instability is likely to continue for some time to come. Hopefully, with the young population having experienced a sense of modernity and having more increased expectations, they will demand better governance and be able to take advantage of the strengths and opportunities presented by their country. Let's hope that they manage to do that.